Hi, I'm Sarah, the designer for JewelrySupply.com. In this next video, I'll show you how to make a bracelet with one of Swarovski's newest items, the Twist Sew-On bead. Here are all the items that you'll need to make this cute and easy bracelet using one of Swarovski's brand new Twist Sew-On stones. Now this one right here is item number TS1200, and this is in a crystal color, and this is also the crystal color that has a foil backing on it, so it allows the light to reflect a little better. The type of cording that I'll be using on this bracelet is 1mm black leather cord, and this is item number LC100. I have two sterling silver jump rings right here, and these are 4mm size, item number JR405. Two of these fold-over connectors in a 9x4mm size, item number CN105. This magnetic clasp that we have, item number MA673, is pretty cool because it has little crystal rhinestones all over the front and the back of it. Now until I'm going to use this clasp, I'm going to keep it on the cardboard so it's a little bit easier for me to break one half from another when I need to use them. Last but not least, I have a little accent piece that I'm going to put for one of my final steps, and this is a head pin, item number HP105, that has a pearl attached to the very end of it. This is from Pearl Mix by the quarter pound, item number PR225, and I used a message bead that says laugh on it, and this is item number MB702. So as you see, I do have one half of my bracelet already complete, and you take your cord, make a lark's head knot, and then attach a connector to the end. How much cord do you use? Well, you take your cord, measure it around your wrist, and then add about an inch. When you fold the cord in half, you have the correct measurement to create the other half of the bracelet. So now I've folded the cord in half and I've pressed it together. Sometimes when you're working with leather cord, it really doesn't want to be bent into a shape. Well, if you work it a little bit into that shape and press it with your fingers, eventually it will have to conform. So now take the loop down through the front of the twist bead, just like this, and then fold it over so you have a loop and then you have the ends of your cord. Take the cord through the loop, just like this, and then very carefully cinch the loop up. You don't really want to start tugging and pulling on the cord very hard, only because you are working with crystal. You wouldn't want to get this far and then crack the crystal. So if you have to, again, press the cord, warm it up a bit with your fingers, and allow it to work into that lark's head knot shape. So here is what we have. Now to complete the other side of this bracelet, I'm going to take this connector right here, and I find that it's easier to flip your bracelet over so that you're now looking at the back side of the bracelet. Take your connector and flip that over, and then slide the cording in through the back. I think it allows for a little bit more control. Now with your chain nose pliers, carefully close each half of the connector. You're going to try closing the connector a little bit on each side at a time. The reason for that is you don't want to slam one side of the connector down, possibly throwing out the other cord that you're working with, because remember, you are trying to fit two in here. And then when you go to try to close your other half of the connector, it will want to roll instead of lay flat against the back of the bracelet. Now another thing to keep in mind too when you're working with this connector is that it won't lay flat. So you can try all you want to, but you still will wind up with something that kind of resembles a triangle shape. I had the same thing happen on this side too. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. The only thing that you want this connector to do is hold that cord in place. And besides, this is going to be on the back side, so you won't really see it. Instead, you'll see this nice, flush front side. Flip your bracelet back over. Double check your cording. Make sure that it's nice and tight up against that crystal. And then bring out all of your items that you'll need to finish this bracelet up. I have taken both of my 4mm jump rings and I've attached each one to each half of the clasp. Now I am keeping the magnetic clasp far away from one another because at no point in time do I want them to click before I'm done. With the end of your bracelet, now always try to keep this in mind, the back of your bracelet will have that seam where the connector was closed. Slide one of the open jump rings over the connector. Position that jump ring so that you can close the jump ring easily without having the magnetic clasp jump up onto any of your tools, and then close that jump ring. So one half of your magnetic clasp is already done. A good rule of thumb right now is to take the clasp and visualize how it will close. So with the back of this bracelet facing up, I want the magnet on this side to be facing up, which is exactly how I have this clasp facing. Now before I forget, I'm also going to attach that head pin that has that message bead on there. And I'm going to make sure that that message bead is between the clasp and the other side of the bracelet. Hold that nice and tight, grab your chain nose pliers and your round nose pliers, and close this jump ring as well. Double check to make sure that everything is in place and as it should be, and then you can close the clasp, just like that. There you go. A quick and dainty bracelet that you can wear with almost anything.